Hello, it's Andy Graham of My Cape Coast, or Hobo Traveler. I'm in Cape Coast, Ghana, and I found a second lighthouse. This one seems to be higher than the one I had the other day, and quite bigger. He says it's what,
1820.
Okay, what year was the, this is Joseph. He's
John.
John?
Yeah.
Oh! He's the caretaker of the
fort. This is officially called Fort Williams.
Oh, this is Fort Williams?
Yes.
Okay, I was looking for it.
It was built in 1820 by the British as a war house to protect the Cape Coast Castle, an indigenous town during the colonial time. All around the fort we had 12 cannons, and then in between the cannons we have 12 rooms down, plus what we are standing on, which is 3, and all makes 13 rooms. And now currently it's being occupied by workers at the castle. And so if you guys come down here, or if you want to stay in the fort, just get a job there in the castle, and you can come here.
Okay, so what you're saying is all I got to do is get a job inside the fort and I can live in this place.
Yeah.
And this place is called Fort Williams, and it was built in 1820. You live here, John?
Yes, of course, I live here.
Okay, I'm going to try to show you. There's an actual lighthouse here with the glass here, and it's quite a beautiful type thing. Looks like they even got a little prayer rug in here. But it probably had some kind of, what kind of light was inside it?
It has some kind of light which always blink on the sea. So
right directly in front now is the castle, so I'm right looking straight ahead at the castle. Okay, the light, how did they make the light for the lighthouse?
Originally they were using a small lamp which always illuminates the light to bring onto the sea to indicate shapes. So we had a different light which differs from the rest of the European countries who have come to the African coast. So when they see the light, the light always have to be different from the rest of the Europeans, so that nobody will be missing which territory belongs to which European country.
Okay, as you look straight out, right straight ahead is the other lighthouse I showed you the other day. Behind it is the lagoon. And if you just kept going, you'd get to go all the way to Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast.
Yeah, we first get to Elmina, where the Dutch also stayed and built a castle during the 1400s. So you can pass a lot of castles and forts before you go to Western region. That's now the oil city, and then you can from there you can go to the Ivory Coast and beyond.
Okay.
Yeah.
If one of my friends wanted to come here, the best way is probably to come to this from the castle. You'd walk over to this bank, right? Yeah. What's the name of this bank, right?
It's called NIB, National Investment Bank.
National Investment Bank, and then you would go to the right of it.
Yeah.
And walk up this path.
Yeah.
And you'd come, and then you'd ask for Jonathan, and then try to give him a donation. And he likes bigger ones than I gave him. Okay, hold on. This is my friend. He's a good guy. He's well read on the history, so look him up.
Yeah, this is me.
Okay. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. This is 2013 in Cape Coast, Ghana.
Yeah.
Wiggling my camera around.
Cool.
Okay. I'm walking around. This is a circular thing, so it's a lighthouse, and then for some reason this is down. Why is this down like that, John? Is there just because more storage?
Yeah, we have what do you call it, roofs down there, so we are just walking on roofs, and so this was just like a corridor for those down there.
Right. But you actually considered this Fort Williams, right?
Yeah, this is Fort Williams.
Hello.
Hey. Hey. This is one of the beautiful little kids. You're supposed to scream a brony. Hey, no a brony. You stop him somehow?
I didn't. He was just surprised.
Yeah.
How you put the camera on the boat.
Well, I'm so used to the children screaming a brony. If you're looking from this thing from the ground, what you're going to see is kind of the top of this, and you're going to actually see this stairwell. So I noticed it because I seen the stairwell leading up. Couldn't actually really tell it was a lighthouse down there, but this is the building, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to show you from the ground what this looks like. Okay, John.
Yeah, we will go down there to show you how real the fort was.
This is the steel stairway that leads up there. If you look at this thing, you notice that it's quite high. And if you look at the beveled things, it means so that they can move the cannon from left to right and point it in different directions. So everything here is built as a fort. You see the little holes in the side that are probably for guns or arrows or something, right? It's on top of the hill. There's a bunch of paths leading here, but you really need to come to the NIB bank, and there's a big pathway that leads up to the right of the bank. Jonathan, the caretaker of the Fort Williams Fort, or you probably be better to say Lighthouse to find the thing. Pretty good view of the fort here, Fort Williams, or the Lighthouse. I think the locals call it the Lighthouse. There's actually two of these, so you have to be real careful because one's directly away from the ocean, from the Cape Coast Castle. You just walk in, you can come to Fort Williams. They said it was to protect initial settlement of locals plus things. But interesting, Fort Williams, but I believe called the Lighthouse by the locals. Fort Williams. It's kind of a little bridge over something here. This is Fort Williams in Cape Coast, Ghana. Welcome to Cape Coast, Ghana. This is a fort on top of a hill where it's a lighthouse overlooking the Cape Coast Fort, which is an old slave fort. Hey, I got a fan here. No. Okay. This is the path leading up to Fort Williams or the Lighthouse, straight away from the Cape Coast Fort. Okay, if you wanted to come see Fort Williams, what you got to do is find a National Investment Bank. If you said from Samuel Hotel or Guest House or from the fort or something, you could say Melcom. This is just up the hill from the Melcom, which is a major department store. So you come to the National Investment Bank, and then what you do is you follow this path right here to the right of the bank, and it goes all the way up to Fort Williams. All the taxis are collectivo taxis in Cape Coast. It's going to cost you 40 pesos or whatever to get around the city in a group taxi. But if you didn't get a group taxi, you just probably say National Investment Thing, Fort. You probably say Lighthouse. But directly behind me, the other direction, is the fort. So it's actually, the fort's over behind this church here. Okay, Andy Graham of My Cape Coast showing you the Fort Williams, how to get here.